Are you wanting to cut stencils using your xTool PS2? My name is Nicholas. I'm here to show you how I go about doing that, showing you my setup, and we're going to go ahead and cut Mylar sheets that you can purchase off of Amazon. These are 12 by 12 in sheets, 7 millimeters, what I'm using here. I'm going to show you how I go about getting my setup and using my xTool PS2 laser, CO2 laser. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Here, I have a bunch of magnets. These are all measured about the same thickness, and I'm just going to give you a heads up. This is the tool that I use. This is my caliper, and I have it set to digital inches. That's what I work with, and this is what I do. I just take the measurement of the magnet, which in this case it is 0.1975 or 0.1975. So I will put the magnet down. I think these were a little thinner. Yeah, so these other bigger magnets are actually 0.158. But that's okay. I'm just going to use the thicker magnets, use that as my references. I'll just put that there. Put that there. And then this just helps to keep everything off kilter, basically. I'm going to put those there. Doesn't hurt to have too many magnets. As you can see, I just have a whole bunch here. You just want to make sure that you measure the thickness of your magnets, so that way you can put the measurement in xTool, which I'll show you here in a second, in the software. And then what I do is I have a fresh, brand new sheet of Mylar that I purchased off of Amazon. Go ahead and set my caliper over there atop my tripod, and then I just put a magnet on top of here, and here. Make sure they're not pushing back, and then depending on where my design is, I may move the magnets around. I don't like putting one here just because of the laser head, so that's why I don't put that there. And then because I've had it to where I forgot, where my design was, and it hit the magnet. So I usually leave that open there. Sometimes I might even push that on there, and you can see how much that is pulled up off of it. So that is my Mylar setup. You can position however, magnets however you need to. One thing that you'll find that is a benefit is if you take a piece of tape, painter's tape, masking tape, just doesn't have to be very big. I usually do about maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches, whatever. And I will put it on, like for instance here, and I'll show you this in xTool software. I'll put it here, and this will be my measuring point if I wanted to auto measure. So that way the laser isn't looking through the transparency, not being able to judge the distance of where it is in reference to the honeycomb tray, but it actually gives it something solid to look at when you do the aimed measurement in xTool, and it will actually measure off of there. But that being said, I will show you in xTool and explain a little bit more about the measurements. I always go by just what the thickness of the magnet is, and in this case it's 0.197. So there's multiple different ways. It'll be up to you to dial in what it is that you want for your results in cutting your stencils out. But that is a good starting point of using this Mylar. And like I said, I'm just like a lot of others. I purchased this on Amazon and had pretty good luck with them. So, okay, all right, let's go ahead, hop into the computer, and I will show you exactly what I mean about the xTool software and how to set up the aiming and measuring and all that stuff. And then we'll show you a cut and let you go about doing what you need to do. And let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm in the xTool Creative Space software. As you can see, this is my design. Let's go ahead and highlight that. I can move it down. I'm just going to move it over to here on my Mylar sheet. This is where you can input your manual information for your cutting, your thickness. As you can see, I'm at 0.154. So what I'll do is I'll do a aimed measurement, and then what I'll want to do then is place it over top of where the tape is, and it will go over there and measure that. You can see I actually went to 0.161. The magnet thickness is actually 0.197, I believe. Let me just double check. Make sure. Yep, it's 0.197 plus my millimeter thickness. So I don't want to go over any more than 0.197 because it'll leave some burning type of thing. So you'll just have to play with that a little bit. I just know how close I am with that deal there. But, for giggles, let's go ahead and do this as 0.197 and see what happens. So, like I said, that's the distance from the honeycomb to the top of the magnet, and then I did not add in the thickness of the Mylar, which is 0.0075. So now that I have my piece situated there, I will go ahead and set my cut. I like to do no more than 20% power on my xTool PS2. So I'll run about 16, maybe 18%. And then my speed, I keep at between 100 and 150. If I need to go faster because it's leaving chars, like you can see on this piece here, I will do that. And then I don't do an offset curve or anything of that sort. I just leave it the way it is. Let's just recap. I know that my thickness of my magnet is 0.197. If I wanted to input that in, I can do that. Because like I said, it's going from the distance of the bottom of the magnet, which is on top of the honeycomb, plus the thickness of 0.197 of the magnet. And then, of course, the sheets on top of it. And we got 0.0075, which is 7 millimeters. And we're good there. If I want to do a quick aim, I can do that. Quick aim measurement. I'm using my piece of tape as a reference. Let's see what it is. See, it did 0.169. So we're within good range. But if I want like really close, crisp numbers, I'm just going to put in 0.197. All right. So we're all set. I'm just going ahead and process, and then we'll go over to the laser and get this thing cut. Let's go ahead and hit our power button. We should be good to go. See here, I'm just going to cut it. You just got to really watch, make sure that it doesn't flame up too bad or anything of that sort. Looks like it's done. Go ahead and raise it. And there we have it. Let's go ahead and pull this up. And there you have it. Stencil all made, cut, using the xTool software, as well as using the xTool PS2. That's what I use. And hopefully this was helpful. Quick tutorial on how to use it. Key is using magnets. Measure your thickness of your magnets. If you want to do auto aim, put a piece of tape on there, you can do that. And there. Hope you have a good day.